Yes, fellas, welcome to Bala Sports. How you guys doing? Solo, what's going on, my guy? Welcome to Bala Sport, Mr. Solo. Long time.
Yes, sir, man. It's been like a couple weeks, maybe. We missed last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And we had some big games last weekend, man. It's exciting.
Really big games, man. Of course, man. Mr. Buffalo Bill. And again,
Always represent.
it's so good to be back, man. How you been, brother?
Bro, man, I've been good, man. A lot have been going on. We got NBA going on. I mean, the World Series just finished, but
It's a great
soccer has been
series, man.
going on. So a lot of things going on, man.
The World Series was a great series.
Yeah, they always say this part of the year is the best part of the year for sports fans because you got
Right.
everything. You got MLS players going on. NBA just started. Major League Baseball just finished. Hockey's going on. Man, this is the only time all the major sports are still on.
Right. And the Lakers look good without LeBron James, man. The Luka
Lakers look
Magic,
good,
boy.
man.
JJ doing his thing. Woo! We here,
Yeah.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
happy, man. I'm excited. Tomorrow's gonna be NBA night. Definitely, we're gonna be into that, man. But right
Yes,
now,
sir.
bro, we're gonna focus on nothing else, man. For the audience again, welcome to Bala Sport. Today is about the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. What a game!
Whoop that ass.
What a what a statement win over the Chiefs for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills win over the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season again, of course. Can't forget that though, man. That's
I
what,
knew
five times in a
I
row.
knew I was gonna hear that stuff.
I'm just saying. Hey, dude, I was rooting for y'all. 28-21. Of course,
Yeah,
the scoreline seems like it was a close game.
but it wasn't,
I mean,
right?
right. The matchup continued, man. The matchup still is a golden standard. That's what I love about this matchup against the
Right.
Bills. The Chiefs versus the Bills is a golden standard matchup.
Never,
It's like a
never
box office.
disappoints.
Never disappoint, man. The quarterback showed up, bro. Josh Allen put on some show, man. Josh Allen against Patrick Mahomes. Dude, this is why a lot of people think the AFC is tough. Excuse me. This is why a lot of people think the AFC is tough because of this matchup.
Because of if you think about it, really, even though the Bills and the Chiefs are not like in the same division,
Right.
Because of where they finish every single year, because the best teams always play number one schedule the following year. So because the Bills and the Chiefs are always the last two in the AFC, they play every single year. And I think that this was like the 10th time or 12th time in the past few years. And guess
Yeah.
what? They're gonna play next year again.
Yeah. In the regular season, so far, Buffalo has won, 5 straight? And then in the
Right,
playoffs,
5 straight and lost
in the
4 straight
first
playoffs.
straight up in the playoff. Dude, let's go to Josh Allen. What a game. And Josh Allen was shot for 273 yards, complete 23 out of 26 passing, had into 2 rush touchdowns.
Right.
The first time I didn't pick him to rush freaking touchdown.
Come on, man. Dude, what are you thinking? You knew was gonna do it.
Yeah, but the past few games of Josh Allen, come on now. This was his best. This was his best game all season.
Yeah, but think about it. The past, like the Carolina game, he had a few. Yeah, I think he had a couple of rushing touchdowns in that game. But excuse me, the previous 2 games they played really bad. They lost to Atlanta Falcons and then they lost to New England at home. Those are just bad games. But Josh Allen was due for a good game. And when they play Kansas City, is even though players don't admit, they always say just another game, it's the next game. But we all know what that game means. You know what I mean?
Right.
And before and before you ask me the questions, I just wanted to mention this, and we've been hearing on TV and everywhere you go, the Bills always win the regular season game, and then
That's
they
what
lose
Kansas City fans. That's what Kansas City fans are saying.
and then they lose in the playoffs. That is true. I'm not going to argue with that. But my point is, for those saying this game didn't mean anything, you have to be delusional and crazy. This is the first time in this particular matchup when both the Chiefs or the Bills are not winning their division. They're both struggling in their own division to make
They're
the
not
playoffs.
leading in a division right now, but you never know what's going to happen at the end of the season.
But I'm saying that every time they played each other, they've come into this game as probably the best 2 teams.
True.
By record. So if anybody tells me, oh, the Chiefs don't, they're like, oh, the Bills, they show everything in that regular, because in the regular season game, because for the Bills that's their Super Bowl. But the Chiefs, they don't show everything until the plus. But in this year, I'm gonna argue, how do you even know if you're gonna make it? I mean, the Chiefs, they have to catch Denver, and the Chargers in their own division.
And the Chargers are still there.
Exactly. So I don't think the Chiefs going to this game. Oh, let's play vanilla football and let's not show our tricks. Let's wait for when we meet them in the playoffs. Because you might not get there.
But I have this question to ask you. Do you think the Buffalo Bills shows all the playbook in this one game? Because we've seen it happen for the past few seasons where Buffalo come out in the regular season And then the playoff, it seemed
Then
like,
they
oh,
lose in the playoff.
and then it seemed like they run out of ideas or they run out of play call and they already figure everything out.
Right, right. No, I don't think they show everything. There's a major difference between calling the plays and actually the players to execute the play. Like last year when they lost, Kincaid
Mhm.
dropped the ball. Josh Allen, the previous year was Stefan Diggs dropping that ball. So if they execute according to plan,
Mhm.
a lot of these games they could have won. So I'm not sure if they show everything. Sometimes you can show everything and still you can be successful. Like everyone knows that all the Bills do this season is run the ball. The Chiefs knew that, and they still couldn't stop the run. So sometimes
Mhm.
if you're good at it, you have to continue doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of running, man, let's talk about one of my favorite running backs. I say this every week when we mention Buffalo Bills, man. That's the guy that goes straight to. James Cook dominated running game. Rack up 114 yards. And
So
the Chiefs, 27 game streak of not allowing rush over 100 yards in regular season. And
you know
James
what?
Cook
It is hard for me to believe that,
is
especially that
exactly.
they played Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl, right? Last year. If we all remember, they put all their power in stopping that run and they let Jalen Hurts kill them. But that's another story.
We blow their asses out. We belt to the ass kind of weapon.
But you know what? So I think Tampa Bay was the first team to show the blueprint on how to defend Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles do
The
the
one with
same.
Tom Brady?
We saw the Philadelphia Eagles do the same thing last year in that Super Bowl. Now, not too many teams have the tools to really put that pressure on Patrick Mahomes. For whatever reason, the Bills' game plan, I think they must have watched that Super Bowl and just
Mhm.
they followed exactly what the Eagles did. They had Patrick Mahomes on his ass all game long.
The Buffalo's defense actually limited him to just 44% completion.
That is lowest in his career.
Right. And and then got a 15 quarterback hits. Dude, the
I mean, dude,
Bills come out to play.
I was surprised because there are so many injuries on defense, and but you know what? I'm mostly impressed with Mad Max, our rookie. I mean, it's only third game now. He shows his speed. Was it everybody been laughing at the Bills for not picking Worthy in that draft? We saw him run stride by stride, man. He's fast. I'm
Right.
happy that our defense is getting better. Jordan Poyer, the veteran safety, he was on the practice squad. He's back on the team now, helping the young. I mean, he's not playing every snap, but I think his presence has really, really helped the other young rookies who kind of think they're becoming to their own. So the defense is getting better. I was pretty, pretty pleased with the performance on Sunday, man.
Yeah. All around, man. The score line 28 to 21, we know. But talk to me about your rookie, Kincaid.
Tied second. Well, he's not rookie anymore,
Oh,
but
excuse me.
you know what? His biggest problem is staying healthy. We all know that once he stays healthy, they really use him just like a receiver. Like that first touchdown he scored, I don't know what happened to the defender. He fell, hit the turf, and it was a touchdown. So Kincaid, I think. So we probably have the three best tight ends in the league as a group. Even Dawson Knox had a huge catch. The Bills are built to beat the Chiefs, but the problem with the Bills is that all these years they've been drafting and planning on how to beat the Chiefs, and then we let this other team sneak in, like the Colts, New England. You know what I mean? So they match up very well with the Chiefs for whatever reason. Of course, Isaiah Pacheco didn't play, so of course Kareem Hunt was there. But for whatever reason, the Bills knew that the Kansas City Chiefs were not trying to run the ball. I don't know why they didn't. We all know throughout the season the Bills' run defense is one of the worst in the NFL. And for whatever reason, Andy Reid decided we just gonna run the ball. We're gonna continue throwing the ball. But we know that the Bills have drafted faster and smaller defenders. So now they're quick and faster. They can hit too. So if you run the ball like Derrick Henry, you can run over them. But the Chiefs don't do that. They try to throw the ball. And I was impressed with Sean McDermott, who finally decided to take over the defense. I'm like, dude, you took so long. And you can see the pre-snap motions going on. They could they even confuse the veteran quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. They'll line up one way when the ball snaps, they'll change. And I
Right.
was impressed with the way they did that, man. It was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about how impressive I was with the Buffalo Bills, but
Let
it's
me
a
hear,
right.
yeah, from a different fan. I'm like a Bills fan, so all I was seeing was everything was good.
For me, for the Bills, this is a momentum win. And I love the way they come out. I love the way they play together. Like you said, man, they executed play by play. The defense was on. We always a little worried about the D.
I was
Kansas City
worried.
Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, especially when you mention about one of the top defenders got hurt last week, so he
Hmm.
couldn't play in this game. And to see how Buffalo come together as a team, this was a team victory. They stick with the game plan. And some of the play calling that I saw, I'm like, whoa, this guy's got a lot of tricks in the bag. And Kansas City Chief defense has no idea. I don't even think they understand what hit them. Not now.
And I'm sorry I cut you off, but I heard this one stat on the radio that like for the professional that really watch film, they say that every snap that the Chiefs had, like every down,
Right.
the Bills defended different from the last one. So when the Chiefs thought the Bills gonna do something else, they did something else. Which I'm like, listen, if like for casual fans like us, we just see things on the surface. We don't really understand all the details. But if you
Mhm.
watch people that watch the film and they break it down and explain what was going on, it's
Yeah.
pretty impressive, man.
And I do think the Buffalo Bills, the players, should be excited about this win. I think that they should continue with this momentum and they should always play Kansas City Chiefs like this. To start showing respect. Go there to win a game.
Right.
In this game, I feel like they come out to win. They didn't care about who was up there. Like you said, maybe they watched the Super Bowl.
The Master why the
But
Super Bowl, man.
so why not? Although they was talking a lot of shit, but we gotta talk about the other part of it. This is a regular season glory. We all know what happened in the postseason a couple times.
Right.
But if it is anytime the Bills, if it is any moment or any season, for me, this is the season for the Bills to actually beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But speaking about the Kansas City Chiefs, do you think the Chiefs lost this game based on, like you mentioned, Reid decided not to go with a run? As we all know, the Buffalo Bills running defense wasn't as let's just say for the past few years, he wasn't as the best this season. Do you think that Andy Reid fumbled by not
I think
sticking with the run?
I think he fumbled, but I don't blame him because the Chiefs throughout the years they've had good running backs. They haven't had great running backs. I mean Kareem Hunt, they let him go. He came back after a few years. I think they have Isaiah Pacheco who can run, but for whatever reason, because I guess when you have a great quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, you can't take away snaps by running the ball as much. For whatever
Right.
reason, they never run the ball. So I think Andy Reid he just figured we don't have a good running game. So why even bother with that? We should maybe we can try a little bit and let's depend on Patrick Mahomes to do his magic. Because coming to this game, Patrick Mahomes was their leading rusher and he's the quarterback. You don't want Patrick Mahomes to be running around like Lamar or
Yep.
Josh Allen because he's much smaller. Of course, he's very smart, but he's not small. Like you don't want him to take hits. Watching that game on Sunday, I wasn't even sure if he was gonna finish that game. I mean, every chance the Bills had, they put him on his bottom.
That's what they did. The Kansas City fans went back in the closet after this game. They was
Oh,
trying to come out. They were trying to come out the closet. You know how the Kansas City fans shoot. Yeah, I mean,
they've been
you know exactly how the Chiefs fans do that. Dude, when they're winning, they come out of the closet. Now they're going back in the closet like they
right.
never won a Super Bowl. Bro, y'all
And
won 3 Super Bowls. What's mad?
exactly. And I understand they deserve their leash is much longer than teams that have not been successful. Yes, they've won
Right.
Super Bowls, so we know they can always come back and make the playoffs. But if I was a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I would be a little nervous because just in their division, man, they have two teams in front of them, and not only
Yeah.
that, you got the Chargers who are not even leading the division. They've won 3 division games already.
Right.
Now they've not playing Denver. They play Denver next week. I'm sure Denver gonna beat Vegas today. That's not even a fight. But I'm worried for the Chiefs. And guess what? Everybody keeps saying, "Well,
Excuse me.
the Chiefs gonna beat the Bills in the playoffs." Guess what? We might not even see them in the playoffs. They're not careful.
Now, I gotta give Josh Allen a lot of credit for this game. I was very impressed with Josh. I had to rewatch some of the highlights again to see how he really. I feel like this is a game where like I see a lot of maturity. I see him. I mean, he's composed. He knows exactly what to do. He trusts his teammates. He see that he's not trying to go for the explosive play. He's take what the defense give him.
Right.
And with James Cook doing what he was doing, I feel like Josh Allen should be more like this every single game, especially in the playoff. You don't need to be a hero. Just win games. Just go
Right.
out there to win game. And this is one of the best games I see Josh Allen play in a long time. I'm not saying he's the greatest game, but for
No,
me,
no,
because like
it wasn't.
for me, I could just see it like because when he play against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, man, he's in the, like he normally when the game come down, especially when it's 28, 27, what is the head coach or something always go wrong for the Chiefs.
Right.
But I mean, something always go wrong for the Bills. But the Bills keep the composure, and Josh Allen lead this team in offense the right way. He wasn't trying to do nothing extra. But what was the turning point for you in this game that you believe like, yo, it's over?
Sometimes just watching the game, especially in person, just watching after that first position when the Chiefs won the coin toss and they decided that they didn't want the ball first. They give it to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And I'm just a fan, but I get annoyed when my team wins the coin toss and I know what they're thinking. They want to get the ball at the beginning of the second half. We have seen in this series, in these games between the Chiefs and the Bills, a lot of times whoever wins the game is the one who has the ball last. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when the Bills got the ball first and marched down and scored a touchdown, I'm like, it's looking like they came to play. Even when they went down 10-7, I believe, it never seemed like they were out of it. They had control of that game. They were moving the ball however they could run. I mean, they threw the ball sideways. I mean, they were doing whatever they wanted to do. I mean, even Keon Coleman, who always disappears, had a couple catches. I mean, Elijah
Right.
Moore had a catch. I mean, all the tight ends had catches. So Khalil Shakir, of course, did his thing. And James Cook, of course, he ran the ball. I think James Cook has run over 100 yards in every single game this year.
And they're still not talking about him like the way they talk about the Jonathan Taylors, the Saquon Barkleys, all these, Derek Henry.
He leads the NFL right now because, he's more of a smaller running back, so shaped. He's not running over players like Derek Henry.
Or
so
maybe because he's playing for Buffalo Bills.
Well, no, Josh Allen gets all the credit. He playing for the Buffalo Bills. And another thing that I was really surprised, really, so far with this Bills team, they've run the ball so well. Even the games that they lost, they ran the ball so well. So I didn't understand why Josh Allen and the passing game wasn't working. Because a lot of times you always use the running game to open up the passing lanes. When they think you run the ball, then you pass. But for whatever reason, the passing game was struggling. That's why going into this game, people asked me for my prediction. I didn't pick the Bills. I picked the Chiefs to win that game. It was a pleasant surprise that they won that game. I was almost losing faith.
You did lose faith because you picked the Chiefs to win the game.
I did because they didn't show me anything that in the previous couple of games before that game.
Yo, when the Chief, I got it. Like this was a play that I saw when the Buffalo Bills rookie. I think his name was Cole. I think it was Cole. What?
Cole Bishop.
When he put the hit and LC, I'm like, yo, that's a statement, bro. That's when I realized I'm like, yo, Buffalo defense is hungry for this game. Right. They're ready to tear these guys apart. Dude, I know not just punching my home guy head. Kelsey also got dealt with.
He was. And Cole Bishop has been a little disappointing to the Bills fans because when he was drafted, people were excited, but then, injuries and not being on the field. So this was his coming out game. So he played really well. I hope he continues to grow. And you know what? Like you said, the hate was the crowd was going nuts. The crowd was going nuts.
Next question is what's the next? I mean, what's next for the Bills, man? I know they're heading to Miami.
Going to Miami, man. Yeah. That's Buffalo South. We know that. We take over that joint.
Definitely, because Miami should have even had no team right now. I think they should just cancel the whole season for this guys, man.
How you start from the general manager before you fire the coach? But I understand they want the new general manager to come in and pick his own coach. Yeah, but it looks like they gave up. They traded a couple guys yesterday to different teams. So listen, it's good for the Bills, but I'm upset because they're gonna play New England too, and both the Jets and the Dolphins. You can't even depend on them to beat New England because they're so terrible.
Right. New England looking good on your division. I think it's going to be tough, but I still believe that Buffalo is going to pull this off because
I think so. Because I think New England they're playing Tampa Bay next week. I don't think they're going to beat Baker Mayfield.
Nah, bro. But man, I appreciate you, my brother, man. Something quick, man. Buffalo Bills, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to Bala Sport, man. Mr. Solo. So I said Mr. Buffalo Bills.
Mr. Buffalo Bills.
This guy go to every freaking Buffalo Bills he can. He doesn't give a damn what it is, what time is it. He's there, man. I appreciate that, my guy, man.
Yes,
you guys, congratulations on this victory, man. Because you already know what Chief fans are saying right now.
It's just a regular season game. We see this every year. This is your Super Bowl. Meet you in the playoffs. All right, you might not get there. Just saying.
I was one of the guys actually make fun of Bill fan that said, "This is your Super Bowl parade," just to make it right. You know how it is, man. A lot of fans around, man. I appreciate you, my guy, man. Thank you for taking the time for being here, man. Thanks for watching Bala Sport, man. Buffalo Bills. Keep the momentum, bro. because I
Yes.
want to see the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Ooh, can't wait.
Go
Can't
Bills, man. Go
wait.
Bills.
Can't wait. All right, bro.